And now going back to the significance of this study, I wanted to first acknowledge the fact that I have had my own experiences as an English language learner, coming to this country from Mexico and trying to blend in into the culture and and learn the language as much as I could does generate a lot of questions of how prepared teachers were to face those challenges. Now, from where I remember on my experiences, teachers were not very well equipped to meet these challenges or meet my needs as a student, not only as a student of color, but also as an English language learner who had to learn not only the social aspect of the English language, but also the academic vernacular that is used, that was going to be utilized for the rest of my life as I pursued higher education. Now, the significance of this study that I really wanted to emphasize was the connections between culturally responsive teaching and language and racial identities in the classroom. The mentality that goes into an ELL student about how they think they relate to language and how they relate to their racial background has very much to do with how that culture and that language is received in the school environment. Now, for a lot of educators, I believe that cultural and language, not cultural, but language and racial identities are sort of a difficult topic to touch on. And that's why I wanted to focus this study on the social studies classroom in a secondary education. Was mostly because it is in the secondary education classroom that we begin to see a development of students' understanding of culture and students' understanding specifically of American culture as they reach eighth grade, and they delve more deeply into American civics and the way that our political system works, and the history behind some of our more racially charged policies here in America. And the study that I wanted to focus on this research is mostly due to my understanding of our racial history in America and how that still is a very big influence on how we teach and how we conceptualize our instructional planning, and also how schools generate policy as a school, in the school as a whole, in order to meet these challenges. And the focus on language and racial identity, I think, was one of the most important aspects of this study that I wanted to focus on, mostly due because of my personal experiences, but also because I do believe that the significance of the results that this study can generate can be used by all educators, no matter if they are white educators or educators of color. It will nonetheless inform some of the growing needs and growing challenges of ELL students and how we can meet those challenges inside of the classroom.